Namaskar. This is the second lecture of drying topic. In this lecture, we will study measurements and applications of equilibrium moisture content and rate of drying curve. So, in previous lectures, we have studied about the basics of drying and its objectives, applications and mechanism or theory of drying. Moving on this measurement of drying. So, before going to this, we will first know what is EMC and how we are going to measure it. In previous lecture, we have already discussed about what is EMC. Basically, EMC is the amount of water present in solid, which exerts a vapor pressure equal to the vapor pressure of atmosphere surrounding it. So, in this case what happens, the solid samples are placed in a series of closed chambers such as desiccators. So, in desiccator we have to keep some samples in that chamber. It consists of solutions which maintain a fixed relative humidity in the enclosed air spaces. The solid samples which are exposed to then these solid samples are exposed to several humidity conditions. So, during this exposure this exposure is continued until the material attains a constant weight. So, the difference in final and initial weight gives the moisture content. As you know, while in previous lecture while studying, we found two terms, desorption and sorption. Desorption means excess amount of water is removed from the solid sample to achieve EMC. In case of sorptions, it absorbs moisture to reach to CMC. So, here also while measurement of EMC, what we are doing, we are placing solid samples in a series of closed chambers, or we have taken 3 to 4 desiccators in each chamber, we have kept solid samples. So, in each chamber different solutions are there to increase the humidity in enclosed air spaces. So, during this we absorb the material is exposed until constant weight is achieved. So, what we have to do? We have to take out the material at a certain time intervals and weigh it. This process continues till the material gets a constant weight. So, after the material gets the constant weight, we will take the difference between the initial weight and final weight. This gives the moisture content. In this way, equilibrium moisture content can be measured. Factors affecting EMC. Basically, if we will see in broad terms, there are two factors. First one is nature of material and the second one is nature of air. Nature of material, if the solid substance are non-porous, if the material is non-porous insoluble solids, then it has an EMC of 0. For example, talc. If the material is fibrous or colloidal organic substances, then EMC values are very high. For porous solid, EMC values are much higher and variable. So, as you if you see this points, first that means if the material is non-porous, then EMC is very less. If it is fibrous or colloidal organic substances, then EMC values are high. If porous solid is there, then EMC are much higher and variable. Similarly, if we will move on to nature of air, So, in this case for air of 0 humidity, EMC of all materials is 0. As the temperature of air increases, the EMC of solid gets decreased. So, these are certain factors which affects the equilibrium moisture content of a material. Now, another term is there, free moisture content. Free moisture content, FMC, is the amount of water that is free to evaporate from the solid surface. That means, free moisture content is equal to FMC is equal to total content minus equilibrium moisture content. That means, what is the amount of moisture present initially in that solid substance, and after removing the moisture, what is the till the achievement of EMC. जब total moisture कितना था, उससे हम EMC achieve होने तक कितना moisture remove हुआ, that moisture is called as free moisture content. So, the moistures which are present in solid can be expressed on a wet weight or dry wet basis. That means, if more moisture is present, then it are expressed as wet, weight, and less moisture is, we can express it on a wet weight basis or dry weight basis. Now, next term comes percentage loss and drying. Suppose the moisture is removed from the substance, then that means, what is the amount of moisture that is lost while you have dried the product. So, percentage LOD is equal to weight of water in sample by total weight of wet sample into 100. So, in this way we can determine what is the amount of moisture that is removed from the product. Percentage moisture content is equal to weight of water in sample divided by weight of dry sample into 100. That means, what is the weight of dry sample, matlab after drying, what is the weight, and what is the amount of water that is present in sample. In this way, by applying this formula, we can determine what is the moisture content of that substance. Drying rate. A typical drying cycle shows the following phases. That means, in case of a if you will see the drying rate curve, there are 4 phases. Phase 1 initial adjustment period, phase 2 constant rate period, phase 3 first falling rate period, phase 4 second falling rate period. Okay. So, there are 4 phases in a drying rate curve. Question may come, what are the different phases of a drying rate curve, explain those phases with a neat and level diagram. So, there are 4 phases: initial adjustment, constant rate, first falling rate, second falling rate. The rate of drying of a sample, it can be determined by suspending the wet material on a scale or balance in a drying cabinet and measuring the weight of the sample as it dries as a function of time. So, in this case, what you have to do, we have to plot a curve. हमें एक ग्राफ बनाना रहता है, किसके इसके बीच में ड्राइंग रेट कर्व 3 तरह का हो सकता है. एक मॉइस्चर कंटेंट वर्सेस टाइम अगर हम ग्राफ प्लॉट कर रहे हैं तो किस तरह का कर्व आएगा. दूसरा रेट ऑफ ड्राइंग वर्सेस टाइम अगर हम ग्राफ प्लॉट कर रहे हैं तो कैसा कर्व आएगा. एंड तीसरा रेट ऑफ ड्राइंग वर्सेस अगर मॉइस्चर कंटेंट हम ग्राफ प्लॉट कर रहे हैं तो कैसा ग्राफ आएगा. तो ये 3 तरह के पॉसिबल ड्राइंग रेट कर्व्स हो सकते हैं. फर्स्ट है व्हेन the moisture content is plotted against time. So, in this case A, B, C and D, there are 4 points. So, first one indicates initial adjustment period, second one indicates constant rate period, third one indicates first falling rate period and fourth one is second falling rate period. Similarly, if you will see this graph rate of drying versus time, it will be very much clear. Initial adjustment from y axis to A, then from A to B you see a straight line is going, यहाँ एक straight line आ रही है, तो ये हम बता सकते हैं कि constant rate period चल रहा है. B से C तक steep decline in the graph. So, this indicates first falling rate period. उसके बाद C के बाद देखिए C से D पॉइंट तक फिर ग्राफ थोड़ा सा और डिक्लाइन हो रहा है, तो दिस स्टेज इज कॉल्ड एज सेकेंड फॉलिंग रेट पीरियड. इफ यू प्लॉट दिस graph versus moisture content versus rate of drying, you will see an opposite graph is obtained. So, in this graph the point B, this point in all the graphs point B indicates critical moisture content, that is CMC, whereas point D, this point indicates equilibrium moisture content. So, these are the various parts or various parts of drying rate curve. Phase 1, that is called as initial adjustment period. In case of initial adjustment period, what happens? We have to take a wet material and it is kept for drying. So, while drying it begins to absorb the heat. So, you see this material, in this case the solid particles are kept, a slurry is kept in this petri dish, and from the bottom of this petri dish we are applying heat. As the heat is applied into this, then what happens? It begins to absorb heat. So, as the heat is absorbed, the temperature of this material increases. At the same time, as the temperature of this material increases, moisture is evaporated. As soon as moisture is removed from this material, as the moisture is removed, it leads to the, or it cools the drying solid. So, after this period of initial adjustment, rate of heating and cooling becomes equal and the temperature of drying material reaches the wet bulb temperature of the drying air. So, during this first phase, that is this to A, initial adjustment period, what is going on? Temperature of this material increases, evaporation takes place or moisture gets evaporated, which leads to decrease in temperature. You are applying hot air from this side, and at equilibrium rate of heating is equal to rate of working. So, this leads to this graph, that means which indicates there are, as heat is entering into the material, more amount of moisture is removing. So, with the increase in time, rate of drying increases. Now, after some time, that is during phase 2, that is called as constant rate period. During this period, what happens? Continuous liquid film over the surface of solid. That means, as the liquid which is present, जो liquid यहाँ surface पे है, as the liquid which is present over the surface of this solid, it gets evaporated. So, from the internal of this slurry again liquid comes to the surface or replaces the liquid which is evaporated from the surface, it is replaced by the liquid which is present in the inner part of this material. So, during this period what happens? Continuous liquid film over the surface of solid takes place. So, evaporation from the film proceeds at a constant rate and the film is continuously replaced by the underlying moisture. That means, the moisture which is present in this material, so it replaces the film that is formed over the surface of this material, and this process continues for some period of time. So, that period leads to this AB point, that is constant rate period. Constantly liquids or moistures are removed from the surface of the liquid, and from the internal part again the same film of moisture is replacing the removed moisture. So, as long as this delivery of water from the interior of the material is sufficient to keep the surface completely wet, the drying rate remains constant and we are obtaining a straight line curve or parallel to this x axis or parallel to time axis. So, this period is called as constant rate period. Now, this constant rate period, that is drying rate at this phase, is given by this formula dW by d theta is equal to AHC Tw minus Td minus Tw by rho L lambda, whereas this dW by d theta is the rate of drying, unit is kg of water by kg of dry solid. A is the capital A is the area which is exposed to drying. Td and Tw are dry bulb and wet bulb temperature of drying air. Okay. Rho is the bulk density of solid, L is the thickness of solid bed which is exposed to drying, lambda is the latent heat of vaporization of water, Hc is equal to convection heat transfer coefficient. So, with the help of this equation we can determine what is the drying rate that takes place during this period. Phase 3. Phase 3 is called as first falling rate period. So, as you see a diagram at this position, that is rate of evaporation is greater than rate of diffusion. That means, as the drying proceeds further, the moisture which is present or internal moisture which is present inside of this material, that gets decreased or reduced. So, due to this, at on the top of this sample dry spots starts to come or dry spots are raised. So, due to dry spots on the surface, the area of constant mass transfer decreases and the heat transferred to the dry spots are utilized to raise the temperature of material to dry bulb temperature. So, as for the process proceeds further, the number of dry spots increases. As the number of dry spots increases, heat transfer and mass transfer rate falls. क्या हो रहा है, जब ड्राई करते जा रहे हैं तो मॉइस्चर तो अंदर से रिमूव हो गया, रिमूव हो गया तो ऊपर मॉइस्चर आना बंद हो गया धीरे धीरे या कम आ रहा है, तो उस केस में क्या हो रहा है कि ड्राई स्पॉट्स कुछ जगह पे स्पॉट्स सूख जाते हैं, तो एक उस पैचेस को बोलते हैं ड्राई स्पॉट्स। तो वो ड्राई स्पॉट्स यहाँ अपीयर होना शुरू हो गए। तो जब ड्राई स्पॉट्स अपीयर होना शुरू हो गए तो क्या हुआ कि हीट ट्रांसफ़र और मास ट्रांसफ़र रेट जो है दोनों ही धीरे धीरे कम होना शुरू हो गया। जब ये प्रोसेस शुरू हो गई तो उस प्रोसेस को बोलते हैं फर्स्ट फॉलिंग रेट पीरियड। सो द पॉइंट फ्रॉम विच फेज 2 स्टार्ट्स, मतलब फेज 2 कांस्टेंट रेट पीरियड जिस पॉइंट से स्टार्ट होता है उस पॉइंट को बोलते हैं क्रिटिकल पॉइंट। द पॉइंट एट विच फ्रॉम विच नॉट फेज 2 phase 3 starts is called as critical point, and the moisture content at this point appears is called as critical moisture content, that is called as CMC. So, the moisture which is present at critical point, that moisture is called as critical moisture content. Phase 4, this phase is called as second falling rate period. So, in this period the capillaries are empty, that means no film are present on the surface. So, if you see the diagram, this what happens as we proceeds further, the temperature is increased, the number of dry spots has increased enormously. That means which leads to why this number of dry spots has increased enormously, because since the moistures which are present in the interior of this particle has been removed. So, that means no moisture is coming over here to form a film, or in capillaries are empty. So, no film is present on the surface. The moisture movement in this case during this period takes place by diffusion only. So, in this phase the rate of drying, that is rate of drying is directly proportional to the rate of diffusion of water vapor. So, the rate of drying falls as rate of diffusion also decreases. So, that leads to decrease in rate of drying, and this rate is lesser than first falling rate period. So, at this point the start of this second falling rate period, the starting of second falling rate period is called as second critical point, that is this C point. So, this point is called as second critical point. Phase 4, at the end of this drying, you see at this end the drying rate becomes 0. The moisture content at this point, at point D, the moisture content at point D is called as equilibrium moisture content. The moisture content at point D is called as equilibrium moisture content. As the moisture content of solid when drying limit has attained by use of air at a given temperature, that is dry bulb temperature and humidity of air. So, EMC depends upon the nature of material, temperature and humidity. What is the utility of this drying rate curve? From the drying rate curve, the time of for drying a batch of material in a certain dryer can be estimated. Size of particular dryer can be determined for drying a substance from one moisture level to the desired moisture content. Thank you.